What? All right. Yo, YouTube. We got the most evil kids in history. I'm not gonna lie. Do these guys deserve a death penalty? Do they deserve to die? No, it does it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if these type of kids deserve to die, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Some for your crimes, bro. Okay, if you like rob a bank, you don't deserve to die. You need to be locked up and all that. But let's see if these people deserve to die.
Brenda
Let's check it out.
Spencer. A
Yo,
reporter called
Twitch,
the house while the
Bento
shooting
Box,
was
what's
still
good, bro?
happening. He asked her why.
All right, Brenda Spencer. Who is this? Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let me turn this up. Don't worry, YouTube. I check my videos. The video. Wait, let me turn up everything so y'all can hear it.
Brenda Spencer.
All
A
right.
reporter called the house while the shooting was still happening. He asked her why, and she said, "I don't like Mondays. This livens up the day." On the morning of January 29th, 1979, 16-year-old Brenda Spencer loaded a rifle, sat by her front window, and began firing across the street at Grover Cleveland Elementary School in San Diego. Children were waiting
What?
for the gates to open, and she shot 8 of them. She started with 9-year-old Cam Miller because he was wearing blue, her favorite color. Principal Burton Ragg ran outside to help, but she killed him. Custodian Mike Suture tried to drag Ragg to safety. She killed him too. A police officer was hit in the neck. 36 rounds, 15 minutes. Then she barricaded herself inside. The
Wait, how old is this person? She got W aim? What the frick? Damn, bro.
phone rang. A reporter from the San Diego Tribune had been calling houses near the school looking for witnesses. Spencer picked up the phone. He asked her if she could see the shooting, and she said, "Who do you think's doing the shooting?" Spencer lived with her father in a house littered with empty bottles. They shared a
What
single
the
mattress on the
hell?
floor. Staff at her school had
It
flagged
says
her as
16?
suicidal. A psychiatrist recommended she be admitted to a mental hospital, but her father refused. That Christmas, she asked for a radio. Instead, he gave her a Ruger semi-automatic rifle with a telescopic sight and 500 rounds of ammunition. She later said, he bought the rifle.
This is what she looked like? What the frick, bro? I'm not gonna lie. She looks messed up in the head. I'm gonna be honest. Yo, what's good, Nelly?
So
What's
I would
good, bro?
kill myself. She surrendered after a 7-hour standoff. Once negotiators promised her a Burger King meal. Spencer pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Okay, does she deserve to die, chat? I'm gonna be honest. Yes. Bro, you're no, okay, does the dad deserve to die? Or her? Fuck it, both, bro. I'm gonna say both, bro. Like what? I'm gonna say both, chat. Like, gang, why would her dad gave her a sniper for no reason? 16-year-old girl with a sniper, bro.
She
Yes,
was sentenced to
and their bloodline. Nah, that's
25
great.
years to life, denied parole 6 times. She's still in prison. She is considered the first modern school shooter in American history. At her 2001 hearing, she said something no one expected. With every school shooting, I feel I'm partially responsible. What if they got the idea from what I did? Lionel Tate. He was 12 years old, and he said he was just
Okay, wait. Before we get to this Lionel Tate guy, uh, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Brenda. I'm sorry, bro. You have to take that chair. Like, why? Like, why? School shootings are very messed up, bro. Like, that's the biggest fear out of everybody. Like, imagine going to a school. That's why I don't bully people, bro. Don't bully kids, bro.
Hey, shut the fuck up!
Oh my
Shut
gosh,
your
bro.
ass up!
Yo,
Fuck
Miles, what's
you!
good? What's good, bro? Yo, chat. When we're reacting, bro, chill on the sound effects. Chill on the sound effects. Uh, yeah, bro. School shooting is always wrong, bro.
Hey, shut the fuck up! Shut
Okay.
your ass up! Fuck you!
Are we done? Are we done? We're done. Okay. Yeah. School shootings. Bro, I just lost what I was about to say, bro.
Lionel Tate. He was 12 years
Yo,
old, and
Kiwi,
he
what's
said
good,
he
gang?
was just copying what he saw on TV. On the night of July 28, 1999, Lionel Tate was left alone with 6-year-old Tiffany Eunuch in his family's living room in Broward County,
6-year-old.
Florida. His mother was upstairs. The TV was on. Professional wrestling. She called down and told him to be quiet. 45 minutes later, Lionel came upstairs and said Tiffany wasn't breathing. She wasn't just not breathing. Her skull was fractured. Her liver was lacerated. She had a broken rib, a swollen brain, and bruises across her legs, feet, and neck. Over 35 separate injuries. Doctors compared the force to being hit by a car. Tiffany was just 6, and Lionel was 12.
Yeah, Lionel just did WWE
Bro,
on
this is like what happened on May 3rd and 4th, 2023 in Serbia, aka my country.
Damn. Did this 12-year-old kid did WWE moves on this 6-year-old girl, bro?
He said he was imitating wrestling moves from television. He didn't mean to hurt
We taking him to court? Bro, if you don't take your ass to freaking Beyond Scared Straight or something, bro.
her, but no wrestling move fractures a skull. No accident
Wait, I'm lagging. Oh no, I'm lagging. Okay, we're back.
lacerates a liver, and no 12-year-old inflicts 35 injuries on a 6-year-old without knowing exactly what he's doing. The jury convicted him of first-degree murder. The judge called his actions cold, callous, and indescribably cruel. Lionel Tate became the youngest person in modern American history sentenced to life without parole. He was only 13. The sentence was overturned in 2004. His mental competency had never been evaluated before trial. He took a plea deal for second-degree murder, time served, and 10 years probation. Then he walked free. But 1 year later, he held up a pizza delivery man at gunpoint. He was
What? Wait, what? This guy's... Wait, what? Wait, hold up. What did I miss? I look away at my chat for 1 second. Wait, what happened?
and 10 years probation. Then he walked free. But 1 year later, he held up a pizza
So, 10 years, he walked
delivery
free,
man
okay.
at gunpoint. He was sentenced to 30 years. The judge told him, "You've run out of chances. You do not get any more." Tate is still in prison. The wrestling defense made headlines around the world. But Tiffany Eunuch, the 6-year-old with 35 injuries who never got to grow up, barely made a footnote.
I gotta add. Are you dead ass, bro? I thought this guy would feel bad for hurting a little girl. This guy just robbed a piece of guy. Oh, that's it? GG's. That's
Thompson and
GG's.
Venables.
Does he deserve to die? Let me see. I don't know. He should get we should get like one of the professional wrestlers and like did the same move to the guy. Like, you know what I want to see? I want to see wrestling, but like not fake. I want to see like death. Someone wrestling to death, like gory wrestling. Okay, I might be psychotic. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, is wrestling fake? Some of it. They do be overreacting. Bro.
38 people saw them walking with the toddler, but nobody stopped them. On February 12, 1993, two 10-year-old boys walked into the New Strand Shopping Centre in Bootle, England. They were skipping school. They spent the afternoon shoplifting sweets, batteries, and a can of blue paint. At some point, they started watching children. One of them later said they had a plan: find a small child and lead him to the busy road outside. At 3:42, CCTV captured them, taking 2-year-old James Bulger by the hand and leading him out of the shopping center. His mother had let go for a few seconds to pay at the butcher's counter. Thompson and Venables walked James 2.5 miles across Liverpool. He was crying. They told anyone who asked that he was their little brother. 38 people saw them, but almost nobody intervened. They led him to a railway line. What happened next took investigators weeks to reconstruct. They threw blue paint into his eyes. They kicked him. They stomped on him. They threw bricks and stones at his body. They forced batteries into his mouth. They even dropped a 22-pound iron bar on his head. The pathologist counted 42 separate injuries, but none could be identified as the fatal blow.
Yo, these are 10 years old. These guys are 10 years old. Why would they hurt? What the freak?
They laid his body across the tracks, weighed his head down with rubble, and then left. A train severed him in two. He was found 2 days later. Thompson and Venables were just 10 years old. They became the youngest convicted murderers in modern British history. They served
UK. What do they be? Why? Bro, when I was 10, I was on my Nintendo Switch. Not Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 3DS.
8 years. They were released at 18 with new identities and lifetime anonymity. Venables has been sent back to prison twice since, both times for possessing child sexual abuse images. James Bulger was just 2 years old. He held Venables' hand the entire walk, thinking they were taking him home. Eric Smith. He was writing his...
I'm not gonna lie. Do they deserve to die? Yes. Yes. I'll say yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yo, what's good, Brent? Slayer.
bike to summer camp. So was the boy he killed. On August 2nd, 1993, 13-year-old Eric Smith was heading to a recreation program in the small town of Savona in New York. 4-year-old Derek Roby was walking to the same place, alone for the first time. His mother let him go. It was just 1 block, with no streets to cross. He kissed her and said, "I love you, Mom." But he never arrived. Smith lured him into a patch of woods. He strangled him until he passed out, dropped a large rock on his head, sodomized him with a stick. Then, he opened Derek's lunchbox, took out a container of Kool-Aid and poured it into the wounds. Then he arranged the body. He removed the sneakers and placed them next to opposite hands. Derek was just 4 years and 10 months old. 4 days later, Smith walked into the police command center and offered to help solve the case. Investigators said he was upbeat, happy, and didn't want the conversation to end. He was sitting in front of the people looking for the killer. His family eventually sat him down, and he broke. "I'm sorry, Mom. I killed that little boy." Smith had been bullied for years, for his ears, his red hair, and his glasses. When asked at a parole hearing if killing Derek felt good, he said, "At the moment, it did. Yes." When asked if he would have done it again had he not been caught, he said, "Yes." He was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 9 years to life. He was denied parole 10 times. He was then released in 2022 after 28 years. Derek's parents
Damn.
spent every one of those years fighting to keep him locked up. On August 2nd, wherever they are, they still get white ice cream with sprinkles. That's what Derek called vanilla. Joshua Phillip.
Bro, I'm trying my best not to say. I'm trying my best to say no. I'm trying my best to say no, but like he deserved to die. He deserved to die, bro. No, I don't know. It's like he was bullied, but why would you kill? Why would you kill a 4-year-old? He deserved to. He deserved to die. I'm being honest. Get that. Yeah, he said he would do it again.
For 7 days, an entire city searched for an 8-year-old girl, and she was under her neighbor's bed the whole time. On November 3rd, 1998, 8-year-old Maddie Clifton walked across the street to play with 14-year-old Joshua Phillips in Jacksonville, Florida. But she never came home. Police and volunteers searched for a week. Phillips joined the search. At one point, a sergeant entered Phillips's bedroom to question him. Phillips sat on his bed, petted his dog, and answered calmly. Maddie's body was underneath that bed the entire time. On November 10th, Phillips's mother noticed a wet spot on his floor. She lifted the base of the waterbed frame and found Maddie. Phillips said it started as an accident. They were playing baseball, and he hit her in the eye with the ball. She started bleeding and screaming. He panicked, not because she was hurt, but because his father was coming home. His father was violent and had strict rules. No children in the house, especially not girls. Phillips dragged her inside. He hit her with the bat to stop the screaming and stuffed her under his bed. When his father came home, he acted normal, then went back to his room. Maddie was still alive, moaning under the mattress. He lifted it, cut her throat, and stabbed her 7 times. Then he went to school the next morning, and the morning after that, every morning for a week, sleeping on top of the body of the girl he killed. Phillips was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole. He was just 14. The prosecutor who put him away later said he had second thoughts. The sheriff who pushed for the sentence admitted, "I never got the feeling it was a malicious, calculated murder. It was an impulsive act that, given a different set of circumstances, would never have happened. Phillips is still in prison. Maddie's sister said it best. Maddie didn't get a second chance, and her killer's sentence should be final too. Mary Bell. Her mother.
Bro, what am I gonna? You expect me to say no? He don't, bro. He deserves to die. I don't, bro. I'm like, yo. These are kids, bro. These are the most evil kids in history. Wow, bro. Nah, he had his reasons. Yo, Brain Slayer, are you defending? Are you defending this guy? Is you defending this guy? Yup. Why? Why is you defending him? Why is you defending? Tell me why. What was it? Is it justified to you that is it okay to stab a little girl multiple times? It's not okay, bro. It's not okay. This is the
Hey,
last straw.
shut the fuck up! Shut your ass up! Fuck
So
you!
do this. Wait, can I? Oh, I can't. So you say would do the same if me and the girl was baseball and she bleeds, then scream, and my dad's coming home. It's either she die or I die. Brand, yo, you say right now you're joking, bro. If you're being dead ass, are you being serious, Brand Slayer? I would like. I know, like you're a troll. You're like you're a troll, bro. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Are you joking right now? Are you joking, JK? It's not something to be joking about, bro. This is not something to be joking. You can joke about anything, but not this, bro. Not this, bro. Not this, because I was actually about to ban you. I was dead ass about to ban you, bro. I was dead ass about to ban you, bro. Like if you agree with this of they what they'd be doing, if you agree with this, it's not cool. It's not cool, bro.
Mother tried to kill her before she could walk, and by the time she was 10, she was killing other people's children. Mary Bell was born in 1956,
Because
and
that's
her
messed
killer's
up, bro.
sentence should be final too. Mary Bell. Her mother tried to kill her before she could walk, and by the time she was 10, she was killing other people's children. Mary Bell was born in 1957 in Scotswood, one of the poorest neighborhoods in Newcastle, England. Her mother was a teenager who sold her body to survive and told nurses to take the thing away from her the moment Mary was born. She dropped her from a window, fed her sleeping pills, sold her to a stranger through an adoption agency. And what happened to Mary inside that house, behind closed doors, starting at the age of 4, was something the courts would later describe as among the worst child abuse ever documented in Britain. Mary never told anyone, but something inside her was building. At school, she tried to strangle classmates, stuffed sand into a girl's mouth, stubbed a cigarette on another child's cheek. The teachers noticed. They called the police, but nobody did anything. On May 25, 1968, the day before her 11th birthday, Mary strangled 4-year-old Martin Brown in a derelict house. Police couldn't determine a cause of death and ruled it an accident. The next day, she broke into a nursery and left notes. One read, "We did murder Martin Brown, you bastard." Police dismissed them as a prank. 2 months later, she strangled 3-year-old Brian Howe on a patch of wasteland. She carved the letter M into his stomach with a razor blade. She even mutilated his body with scissors. At Brian's funeral, a detective watched Mary standing outside as the coffin was carried out. She was laughing, rubbing her hands together. He later said, "I thought, my God, I've got to bring her in. She'll do another one." She was convicted of manslaughter on grounds of diminished responsibility. She was just 11. She was diagnosed with psychopathic personality disorder. She served 12 years and was then released at 23 with a new name and lifetime anonymity. She has a daughter now, and a granddaughter. Neither name has ever been made public. The courts decided that the child who killed 2 boys deserved a second life, one that no one would ever be allowed to find.
Buddy. Do they
Is your
deserve to die?
TikTok stream too
Yes.
quiet?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, bro. I might be weird for like wishing death upon people who kill. It's just I can't like okay, remember I had a conversation last time we talk about like some for people who do like I was watching Death Note and I was like I side with Kira because he punished people for doing crazy crimes. But not I like the one thing I disagree with Kira was he was like writing people's name who like steal like do minor crimes like stealing stores or like robbing the bank and stuff like that. But like what Kira did was like write names who committed like mass murders or like do like the hard R like you know and and all that. And I was like, I side with Kira. I side with Kira, bro. I side with Kira. But like, listen, most people will disagree, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why people disagree. If someone killed your family or kill your mom or your dad, will you give them a second chance to live a free life, or would you make them suffer or make or or kill them? Some people say yes. They deserve a second life. Some people say no, they deserve to die. And I was like, for the people who say yes, they deserve a second chance. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? So like, I don't know if people call me weird for that, for people to die by doing their actions or whatever. Fine, bro. I guess I'm weird, bro. I guess I'm weird, bro.